If you want to make more money, you should pick a niche. But how do you know which niche to pick? Over the past 15 years, I've worked out a 4-step system that helps you make this decision based on facts instead of relying on your gut feeling. So let's find out what these 4 steps are and how you can use them to grow your business. But before we get into that, let me quickly explain the benefits of picking a niche. One of the primary benefits when you have a niche is in your marketing. You're able to be more targeted. Where are they? What are they thinking? What are their challenges? You're able to be more specific and able to market more effectively. Your marketing dollars are able to go further because you're able to have a better targeted marketing campaign and know exactly where to find your ideal client and what exactly their challenges are so you can speak exactly to them in the most appropriate fashion. You also are able to have more refined processes. So really understanding that when you're going through working with a specified type of person in an industry and service, you're able to have a more impactful system that allows for results. What happens for a lot of creative agency owners is that they end up being in a place where they are the person that has the experience. They're the only one within the agency that has the breadth of knowledge that allows for them to work across the multiple different types of clients. But when you have a regimented system, a method by which you actually produce the result, you're able to repeat it over and over and over again. You're able to train, you're able to do it again, you're able to create a process, and you no longer have to be that primary person that is executing on work. And so this creates simplicity in what it is that you're doing because you have the right marketing system, you're able to talk to the same people, you're able to bring on a better sales process, you're able to define your packages better, you're able to price better, you're able to execute better. And really, in order to be able to scale is that you need to make your business simple. Complex fails, simple scales. So now we understand why you want to pick a niche, but how do we actually pick one that is going to be profitable and scalable? Well, there's 4 basic steps that you're going to want to take. The first of which you really have already done. And all I want you to do is grab a white sheet of paper and a pen, and I want you to write down the industries that you've worked with. Go through your client list and just write down what industry they were in. Then I want you to layer on top of that industries that you're passionate about, that you have a lot of knowledge about from your personal life or a prior career, one that you have lots of experience in. From there, what I want you to do is process of elimination. And I want you to use 3 filter criteria to actually eliminate through this list. The first is, do you like the people in that industry? Are you inspired by that industry and the people in it? And your expertise, can it help them? Does it help solve their challenges? If the industry does not meet all 3, it is eliminated. If you end up with more than 2 or 3 industries at this point, you are not being honest with yourself. And you need to do a little bit more self-evaluation and be honest with whether you really truly like them, are inspired by them, and can help them. I'd be surprised if anyone is able to meet those things with more than 3 industries. The final piece, as I mentioned at the beginning, we want to confirm with data. So there's 3 pieces of criteria that we want to evaluate here. Can they afford you? Is there enough of them? Is the industry growing? So let's start at the first one. Can they afford you? Let's look at the average revenue of the businesses within that industry. If your services are at $250,000 a year, with the average size of revenue for that business, does it make sense for them to invest with you? Yes or no? The next piece is there enough of them? So before you actually do the calculation here, I want you to look at what is your growth aspiration. Do you want to be at 1 million, 10 million, 100 million? What is the size of the business that you're looking to grow? And then take your average revenue per client per year. So let's say that my agency operates at $10,000 a month and my goal is to get to $1 million. All I need to do is sell 9 clients and I have $1 million book of business, $90,000 a month. And so then I would take that 9 clients and divide it by 0.01 or 1% of the market. That gives me the size of the market that I need to be working with. If you end up in a place where the industry that you are targeting is more than 10x that number, you have gone way too wide. And the final piece is that industry growing? Otherwise known as, in accounting speak, compound annual growth rate. And so you need to find out what that CAGR is for that specific industry. So quick Google search, type in industry, CAGR, and it's going to give you a couple of articles around what the compound annual growth rate for that industry, or what the annual amount of growth that that industry has. If the industry is not experiencing at least an 8 or 9% growth, it's actually shrinking. Global economy is growing faster than that. And if it's not actually growing faster than the average amount of growth, it is actually shrinking. So you need to make sure that the industry that you're serving is going to continue to grow. So now you know how to pick the perfect niche, but now that is only the first step in the journey to scale your creative agency. So check out this video where I explain the next steps in the sequence to help you scale all the way to $1 million a year.